I think a lot of people are probably in on Deshaun Watson after he is not indicted by the grand jury. And the law people on the internet told us grand juries indict ham sandwiches. Hey, we need to dig in more. The fact that they didn't, I would assume for Deshaun Watson, by the way, Deshaun Watson has proclaimed his innocence this entire time. There has been numerous allegations that there's potential settlements happening, and it felt like every time Deshaun was the one loudest about, no, I'm not doing that, and I would like to settle in there. So this grand jury not indicting him, although it does not mean he is innocent, which the internet has told anybody that broke the news about it. I feel like the NFL is viewing that as, okay, so there was an opportunity to investigate. They interrogated. They asked. They said, nah, we're not going to do it. I heard that they would indict a ham sandwich if they could. They're not doing that to Deshaun Watson. He's good enough to be our fucking quarterback. What do they want? They want 3 1s? And some players? You got it. How many more years do we have left in the NFL? Probably another 100 years, sir. Cool. Tell them we will send them 81s if they would like. That is how some teams are in desperation of a quarterback, let alone a quarterback. If Deshaun Watson is anywhere near what he used to be like on the football field, after I would assume this year has been. I mean, that's a tough. Mentally, I'd assume. Physically, he wasn't really working out, I don't think, with the team or anything like that. Everybody just assumes he'll be able to come back, maybe even better than ever, because there's a lot of, hey, fuck yous to prove out there. There's going to be teams lining up. Allegedly, Deshaun Watson's meeting with the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints today, I believe, or yesterday, to decide whether or not he would waive his no-trade clause to go to those 2 places. I like that Deshaun Watson's like, I'd like to meet these people. I'd like to meet these people and see if I'd like to. And he knows, and I'd assume that Mulugeta, his agent, is letting him know, hey, these aren't the only 2 teams that are interested. I don't know if you had heard about anything else, but like Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, they were all going to be up. There was like 10 different teams that were in the race. Let's assume because you were found, what, is that innocent from the grand jury?
I mean, I think so, right? They're not pressing any charges.
There wasn't enough evidence to move forward to a trial.
So no charges were filed.
No
criminal charges were filed.
Yes.
So that happens. All these teams are going to be all in on you. So what do the Texans do? How do they feel about this? They're moving on with Dougie Davis-Mills, but they're sitting in a very, very good spot there. There's no way Colts will be able to get them. Same division. There's no chance.
No way. Plus, I mean,
Same
Gardner
conference,
Minshew is coming up through the pipeline. You guys are going to have him for the next 15 years.
Man, that's a real conversation that's happening.
It is.
What about the Giants? What about the Giants?
They have 2 picks in the top 10 this year.
And
they've been linked to Mitch.
And Saquon Barkley, they said they would trade.
Sure.
I mean, maybe the Giants will be in there.
Everybody but the Colts, it feels like.
Tell you what, Danny Woodhead did run really well for the Texans last year, though, so maybe they don't need a running back.
Maybe. Hey, Dougie Davis-Mills and Woodhead got a good relationship. Hey, they got a great relationship.
They do.
Saquon Barkley, he's on the move, I guess. Everybody's saying. So that sounds like that's a trade bundle then. Because with all the picks that they have, unless they're just trying to rebuild, which they might be doing. Over there, Shane, right? Joe Shane is spelled Shone, pronounced Shane. Him and Daboll straight out of Buffalo over to the Giants franchise and program, trying to make their plays, set their mark. Saquon being on the move is not surprising because how much they're probably supposed to pay him, the injury, and how much value his name still holds probably around the NFL with how good he is. That would make sense, but would it be a part of a bundle package with picks to maybe get a Deshaun? That seems like that could potentially make sense.
Yeah, and he'd probably be unbelievable in New York in that market. But on that list,
that would be tough.
Yeah, you think with all the
that'd be interesting.
media?
It's going to be, I think, anywhere because, like.
But New York is.
No, I know.
times 10.
All day, every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, is he one of those? Is that one of the teams that he had on his list that he would accept the trade to?
He's meeting with teams.
Yeah.
So that thing doesn't matter, I don't think, anymore. I think he's meeting with teams. Remember, they thought he was going to be a Jet there for a little bit because he was wearing a green hat before the entire thing, and then maybe the Eagles he was going to go to. So maybe he does want to get into the bigger city area up there in the tri-state area. Maybe the Giants will be a home for him.
Yeah, way different than Houston. What about Tyrod Taylor? You think you would take him in Indianapolis?
So Zito just dropped in my ear and said that John Morrow has said we are not trading for Deshaun Watson. That was in January 26th. This is before the grand jury.
Things change.
Yeah, this is before the grand jury. And once again, I have to say this. People on the internet are saying this does not mean he's innocent just because the grand jury chose not to indict. What I am telling you people that are saying that, and I hear you, I understand what you're saying, The NFL is not going to look at it that. Teams and programs are not going to look at it that way. They're going to say that grand jury, which they even probably say, we joked that a grand jury would indict Ham sandwich. They probably do that entire thing. They hear that no charges are being pressed, and it's immediate green flag racing for them. Correct. I just want to let everybody know that. John Mara might have said that January 26th. I don't know if he's still sitting by that. Maybe he is. But if he hears that he could get him with the 2 picks they got in the first round this year, 1 next year, Saquon Barkley and somebody else. Done. John Mara, who is openly and very open and been on the record as saying, I'm sick of explaining to all these other rich motherfuckers why my team sucks. He would bring Deshaun Watson in there immediately. I don't know the man personally, but I'm just telling you what it sounds like and seems like the rest of the NFL is acting like. So let's assume he also is acting in the same way.
Well, it was a lot easier to say that at that date when it was like, hey, this guy might go to jail for 20 years. Like there were a lot of teams saying like, oh, there's only a handful. And then the stuff comes out on Friday and we hear like, oh yeah, there's like 16 teams that are interested in bringing Deshaun Watson in.
I know the internet says just because the grand jury didn't choose to indict him doesn't mean he's innocent. Okay. The NFL though is viewing him as we can now get this guy on our team. New Orleans, Carolina allegedly meeting with him. Seattle's been tied to him. The Giants have numerous picks and Saquon's potentially on the trade block. You look at all these teams. Is he going to be, you think he's going to go somewhere soon? And how many teams do you think are legitimately in on that?
Yeah, I think he's going to go somewhere probably over the next couple weeks would be my guess. I think this, Pat, if I was the Houston Texans, there'd be a 0% chance he stays in the AFC. 0. Because I know he's a top 5 player. And so his market from the NFC is going to be big enough. I think everybody in the NFC should call the Houston Texans to see what would it cost to acquire Deshaun Watson outside of Tampa Bay, Green Bay, Dallas, the Rams, Chicago since they have Justin, and Kirk Cousins, and Minnesota since they just gave Kirk Cousins a ton more money. Everybody else should call and see what it costs to get him.
Yeah, Buffalo as well. Did you? And then Pittsburgh also because they just got Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah, well, they're in the AFC. So if you're in the AFC, I'm not even fielding your phone call if I'm Houston.
Oh, so you think it is going to be like that with Houston? You don't think Houston just try to get rid of him, however, with whoever has the best deal?
I don't think they have to have that mindset because he is such a tremendous player on the field that the NFC is going to have plenty of teams interested in his market will be big enough.
Okay.